Nice. All right. All right. So, hey everyone, and for those jumping in through Substack Live and those watching later, welcome to Substack Live at Smoking Hot Books. We have a beautiful, wonderful guest here with us today, Valerie. And pronounce your last name for me because I don't want to mess up the French accent.
That's right, Valérie Demont.
Valerie Demont, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And yeah, so Valerie is one of our one-on-one clients here at Smoking Hot Books. Valerie has an amazing book that's coming out in March, at the end of March. And she is now on her publicity tour, her podcast, Substack Live tour, spreading the word about her book before it goes live. And we have a beautiful conversation today about sustainability in business. So without further ado, Valerie, introduce yourself. Why is this conversation around burnout, sustainability, and just fighting all this noise around doing more, and with 2026 in January, and everyone's like trying to hustle and trying to keep up with everyone else. Why is this so important to you to like slow down?
Of course, it is. I feel the pressure the beginning of the year as well. But yes, when I was younger, I went through two burnouts, and then my main goal was never face burnout again. So I dove into all the stuff that I can find about sustainable inner ecology, understanding why I went through this. And as an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years now, and we feel the pressure, pressure to succeed, the pressure to compare, especially on social media, because so many coaches have seven, eight, I don't know how many figures, and they fail to
Totally.
feel us weaker or bad or whatever. And then all the pressure to to perform, to do and to do more. And because it's the previous society and paradigm was about hustling, and the more you do, the more success you have. It was the main belief. And that's what they made us believe. And I was totally into that. I was raised like that. And, I was raised the way that, do your best, but it was never enough, even if it was my best. So, at school, I had good results, but it was never enough. I could have done better. And it was exactly the same when I launched my own company. Okay, if you want to thrive, you have to do at least a six number figure business.
Right. Right.
Okay, right. Okay, that may be true, but doesn't take into account the margin. We have to consider the margin, what's left. So when you have paid everything, because doesn't mean anything to have a six-figure business if you don't have anything left after you have paid all your invoices. So yes, I was really into that. I was into uh, yeah. Why am I like that? Why am I performing? Why when I perform, do I reach burnout? Twice, because once was not enough to understand. And then I didn't want to take pills anymore because, my brain was nicer and the anxiety was not here anymore. But
Yep.
it wasn't me because I have a lot of inner fire to use. And this inner fire consumes me from time to time. And that's especially at that time when the inner fire is not used properly, that it may help conduct me to a burnout. So yeah, now after all that years of knowing myself,
Mm-hmm.
I found that I have my own way of being and doing things from being. And that's the whole process in this book.
Mm-hmm.
What else about me? I've been a social media consultant at my beginnings, and I worked in marketing, market research, in big companies. But yeah, it wasn't my place because misaligned values.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that like my why I'm here on this earth is to understand that, to understand really who I am, and that I have to open, doors and ways to help people be themselves and find how they can thrive in another way. And
Right.
especially since today, everything is collapsing everywhere. So yeah, we have to find another way to do things. And I think
Mm-hmm.
the earth is showing us that today, or our souls, or whoever, God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Valerie, I don't think when you said like burnout, when you said that there's all this pressure to perform, when you say that when you did really well in school and that kind of inspired you to like want to achieve more in life, I don't you're definitely not alone. Like I and I recently over the summer, I made this post about achievement and about burnout, and there were a lot of comments on that post.
Yeah,
And yeah, and there was other people in there who were Substack people who were running businesses just like yours, Valerie, like,
yeah.
other agencies, other businesses, and they were like, "I've been feeling burnout too." And I don't even know how to go on. And so, can you talk a little bit more about like what that burnout actually felt like? What did that like how did you come to this realization that you couldn't keep going like this? You couldn't just keep posting and feeding the algorithm and keep showing up 3 times daily and do and da, 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 like the Tony Robbins 5 a.m. morning. Like, how did you realize that
Oh,
this was no
okay.
longer sustainable?
Yes, I was, to be really honest. So after those burnouts, I became addicted to the morning routines, and I really and addicted to healing myself because I thought I was not the right person because I should have been able to fit in this context, and but it was the reverse. And becoming addict to all that, self development stuff and
Oh my
self
gosh, yeah.
improvement and so on,
Mhm.
NLP or whatever,
Mhm.
EFT or whatever
Mhm.
techniques, and my own, morning routine, and yoga for 1 hour in the middle in the morning. Or yeah, try to meditate and stop my thoughts,
Yeah.
and I realized that it was putting me under pressure as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a former marketer and social media consultant, I was really producing content and over producing, and I had a lot of success at one point with that. But what one morning I woke up and I couldn't move anymore. It was really like I was sitting on my sofa and didn't feel anything left in my body. I have no more energy. I was almost about to throw out I don't know what. And I was like,
Mm.
okay, what can I do? And that's when I realized, and at that time, the first time burnout wasn't, you know, a trend because today
Yeah,
everybody is
it's a
taking,
trend, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not normal. In Switzerland today, almost 50% of the workers claim that they are professionally exhausted. So
Mm,
in Switzerland, it's a very calm and serene uh, country. So we have
mhm,
a high quality of life, but the pressure is here, and that's not normal.
mhm, mhm.
So yeah, but back to me,
Yeah,
back to this process. So the feeling inside my body that I was empty, and my brain still wanted to find a way to perform, to act, to do, but there was nothing left inside me.
right.
So yeah, I took mm, a lot of time to recover, and then yeah, I dove into those self development, but from a mental, um, a brain approach.
Right.
And
Mhm,
yeah, yeah, I understood everything, and I thought I understand it perfectly, and so I knew how to do it, how to recover. And so I started again with a new routine, and then overperforming from that place.
mm,
But at one point it wasn't that, and I faced burnout again. It was
mm.
softer this time.
Sure.
Of course,
Mhm,
burnout doesn't come or show up alone. At
mhm.
that time, or only for one reason. It's always a mix of reasons. And at that time, I met my husband, and I
Oh.
realized that there is something else, than
Mhm.
business and working and so on. And
Yeah.
so I discovered love, and it was I felt so complete, so
Mhm.
so myself,
Yeah.
so serene. So I don't know, it was really like floating
Yeah.
on a cloud. And yeah, it was really like a rainbow life. And I felt so peaceful. And
Mm.
then I realized that life should be like that.
Wow. Okay.
And why have I been raised or taught that I should perform to receive? And from
Mm.
that place of, completeness, fullness, or I realized that when I'm fully aligned, clients come naturally, easily.
Yeah.
Of course, I was doing my stuff, publish on social media, doing
Right.
content, networking, and so on. But I felt so peaceful and aligned and happy.
Yeah.
I was not in a lack or scarcity or whatever. So everything fall into place. And once I realized that,
Yeah.
wanted to modelize it, to
Right.
have a new process. So I faced, I failed again at that time.
Mhm.
And so then it was really, at one point, it's not that, it's not far away. I realized that, okay, I don't need all those self development, improvement stuff to be myself. I
Yeah.
just have to have the space to be myself and to discover who I am and find a way every day to be and
Mm.
act from that place. And of course, I'm human. So from time to time, I feel under pressure, especially since I'm a woman. So, we have our cycles. And so, and
Yeah.
Of course, and it's great to have those waves because it's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
So from time to time, I feel like the new year. I feel the
Mhm.
collective pressure and urge to do.
Yeah.
But hey, relax. We are
Yeah.
only on the 7th of January, 7 day only, or
Uh,
sorry, 8 days. And so we have time,
yeah.
we have time. And then about that, I realized my new year is not the 1st of January, it's my birthday. So nothing to do. Why do I feel this pressure?
Yeah.
And it's not mine, it's a
Yeah.
collective one that I am feeling.
Yeah. I mean, you bring up a really two really interesting points. One is that the spiritual community is not immune to even all this like self-improvement, doing. It's like I think I also realized this too, and I think we all realize this is like in the spiritual community, everyone has their kind of like own flavor modality of like healing yourself, and then they teach everyone, you know, do this more, and the more consistently you do it, the faster you'll heal, and the more open and the faster you'll manifest your desires, and the richer you'll become, and the love of your life will fall into your lap, blah blah blah. And it's like you hit the nail on the head, like, even I was doing this too, I follow this, awesome manifestation coach, Kathy Heller, and her modality was meditation, and so she encourages all of her followers to meditate, and as you were just saying, you hit the nail on the head, Valerie, is that, like, as I was, like, meditating, it's like you're actually getting into more scarcity because
Yeah.
you're like, "I'm meditating, but where is the manifestation? I want this," and because I'm in scarcity, I'm meditating. Because I'm in scarcity, I'm seeking these healing modalities. And you just said it so well that, like, we just, like, remove these, like, voices from your head that are pressuring you to
Yeah.
try to heal, to try to get into your alignment, to get into abundance, and to just shut out that noise and remember that you already, like you were saying, like, when you manifested your husband, like, you were just, like, in completeness and in wholeness and peace, and, like, that is, it seems like, and then everything started clicking into place, but
Yeah.
after you had to, like, release and surrender all these, like, spiritual healing modalities, right?
It's, those the more you focus on something, the more it expands.
Yeah.
So the more you focus on what's wrong with you, your traumas and so on. I don't mean you don't have to look at it and fix it or heal it. But once it's done and it's okay. So stop trying to heal yourself and try to be perfect or be like, Tony Robbins or Brooke Castillo or whoever. It's their thing and it's okay for them. So now find what's okay for you. And it's the purpose of this book. Find what's working for you. And
Mhm.
because we are all different,
Yeah.
and what's working for you, okay, we can share. It's inspiring. Okay, maybe I will try, but I don't want to force myself to fit in this box and in your method. If it doesn't, it's not okay for me, doesn't fit my energy and who I am. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's really this, and all about this manifesting stuff and so on. Manifesting is not something that happens like by magic. You
Mhm.
do the stuff, you do it, but you do it from the right place, your
Right.
alignment.
Mhm.
Um, and okay, you can try to niche yourself, try marketing, all the marketing stuff and so on. But if you aren't aligned, it's not working.
Yeah.
First, you have to be aligned. Okay, and that's where inner governance is so important.
Right. So we'll talk about inner governance. Let's dig into that. Because what you're saying, Valerie, is that essentially, I mean, so you wrote a book called Being is the New Doing, where you're encouraging us to stop following the Tony Robbins and stop seeking someone else's method and to start listening to ourselves.
Yeah.
That requires an unusual amount of self-trust that is not, yeah, it's not really taught. In fact, every guru wants to say, listen to me rather than saying, listen to yourself. Right. And that is really interesting. So we'll talk about inner governance because it sounds like that is really key to building this sustainable business that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like af- after you've done the things and you've pushed and you've fed the algorithms and you burn out and you're looking for what's next, how do I build a sustainable business? So, first of all, how do you build a sustainable business? How do you build a thriving business that doesn't burn out your energy? You said that you woke up one day, you had no longer had any energy left. How can you avoid that scenario even happening in the first place?
Take care of yourself first. you
Mm,
know, like the oxygen mask in the plane. It's really know yourself. So you have to have strong foundations for that. So what is your vision?
mhm.
Your why? It's those classic four pillars: vision, why, mission, values.
Mm,
First of all, so rely on it. So, and don't try to, improve it or compare to whoever mission or vision or whatever. You have your own. There is a real reason why you are here on earth living. You have a purpose. Your soul has a purpose. So find it. And then you can when it's when you find it, you can feel it in your body.
mhm.
But are you able to feel what's happening in your body? Can you feel, tensions? Can you feel serenity? Can you feel confidence, faith? Can you feel your intuition? Are you solid enough, strong enough to rely on your intuition? Because your intuition always knows what is right for you because it's the your voice, your soul voice.
Yeah.
So you can feel it in your body. And so you have in inner governance, you have those four classic pillars, standard pillars, brand pillars, if you want. And then you have your intuition and your body. Then from your body, from knowing your body and your intuition, how to listen to it,
Mhm.
you can work with your brain and involve
Right.
your brain to act. And
Mm.
because your brain knows to act, we know how to do. What we don't know is to listen to ourselves. And it's just allowing. It's not just because yes, it's giving yourself permission to have this space, to feel calm enough and confident enough to allow this space
Yeah.
and then listen here. What's my next action? What do I want to do right now? Do I need more time? And am I able to decide right now? Or do I need more time? Why do I feel I need to rush?
Right. Interesting questions.
And with that, your body has to be, healthy. So, what do you need to be healthy? What kind of food? How do you sleep? Do you need to work out? or to walk in the forest, or where
Mhm.
is your inner balance, or what do you need? And
Mhm.
we all know that in the spiritual community, that emptiness is very creative and useful. And each time you
Mhm.
feel good in emptiness, you receive information, you receive the confirmation for the next steps, and so on. And
Mhm.
inner governance,
Mm.
that's it. Because we all we were taught to rely on outer authority, government,
Totally.
rely on something else to take the decision and so on. But the thing is that if for example, you rely on your clients to take the decision to work for you with you, of course, they
Mhm.
are the one who takes the decision. But you can do your best to make them feel confident. And first of all, it's inside that it's playing. You have to be aligned inside first, but you cannot put a knife to them under their throats to sign with you, you
Of course
know?
not. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you do your best, and then what? Just having faith. So
Right.
it's part of inner governance. It's
Right.
not, it's not out of you that the decision has to be made and the
Mhm.
performance has to be done. It's really everything inside yourself. And so, yes,
Mhm.
building this inner governance is maybe hard. It's not that easy because we have to deprogram, decondition ourselves to be able to open a space to feel,
Very
you
much.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I feel pressure? Okay. But at, it can be easy because if you feel pressure,
Mhm.
anxiety, lack, scarcity,
Mhm.
or what else,
Mhm.
exhaustion, it means that you are not aligned and it's not your from an inner governance that you're acting.
Right.
It's the same with the book. Um, yes, there is a lot of stuff to do and
Mhm.
to promote this book. And
Mhm.
a lot of those actions, I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Mhm.
But it's my brain telling a story about something I don't want to do anymore because now I'm 50 and I need an assistant or whatever because blah blah blah. Maybe it's my ego as well. But at one point, if I look at all those actions in another way, my book deserved. I put 1 year to 2 years to write this book,
Yeah.
so it deserves that I act for it to promote it in a proper way, not from scarcity, not from ego, not from I have to, but okay. Now I focus. I ground myself. I close my eyes. I breathe into my heart, connect with my book and with
Mhm.
for example, the early reader, the arc reader.
Mhm.
Okay, right now, am I willing? Am I
Mhm.
okay to take 15 minutes to contact someone or to post or, to reach for a podcaster or, okay, is it right? Do I want to do that right now? Yes? Okay, I'm gonna do it. No? What do I feel like to do? Look at my to-do list.
Mm.
Mm, what is calling me right now?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so there is no more I have to. There is only I'm okay to do that because I have the time. So
Mhm.
if we don't, we are our own boss. If we cannot allow ourselves time and space to
Mhm.
decide and to act, nobody will allow this time for us.
Mm, good
We have
point.
to give
Mhm.
ourselves permission.
Yeah, good
And
point.
a lot of my clients were trapped into, they imprison themselves in their company
Mm, it's a really
because
good.
of pressure, because of high numbers, because of many of them would like to, to sell their business, and they were told that to sell a business, it's you have to do blah blah blah.
Right.
But no one talks about the real stuff, and
Yeah.
so they are stuck in the hamster wheel, and they keep
Yep.
doing, and at one point they are not happy anymore. They are exhausted, they don't see their families, they have no free time. But is it really why they built this business? I'm not sure. And
Um,
they came to me because they want to be free and having a thriving business, but it means that they face deconditioning and some fear because they cannot stop. What will happen
right.
if you stop? I
Right.
don't. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing from another place. Being. I don't know if I'm clear enough about inner governance. Is it okay?
Yeah. I think I'm trying to see because like even myself, um, like only just in the past year started to recognize the difference between the voice of my mind versus the voice of the heart and the body. And it's such a subtle difference that unless it's almost like you go to I call it like the gym, like the
Yeah.
spiritual gym, where when you go to the gym, you every day you practice or like 3 times a week or whatever, intentionally, you practice lifting a weight to get stronger and you become more aware, you become more intentional. And unless you're in practice of knowing the difference between the mind, especially if you're running a 6, 7-figure business and you have all these demands of you, the mind is very loud. And if especially if you're not used to listening to the body, or maybe like at some point the idea of listening to the body sounds ridiculous and woo woo and just so strange. And your clients, they come to you because they want to be free and they're looking for that subtle difference between the mind and the body.
Yeah.
So how do you lead them through knowing, and you talk about intuition, and that's like a big objection it sounds like with a lot of high level entrepreneurs are like, I have this voice in my mind. I also have this intuition. But how can I tell the difference between like the person that's trying to sabotage me and the person that actually wants the best for like which one is it, right? So how do you
Yeah.
lead them through that process?
Okay. Are you okay to practice?
Yeah, sure. Let's try it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you struggling or for to do something right now, or asking yourself questions, or or this sabotage people here on your shoulders, or do you have a situation that you want to talk about?
Um, sure. I would say like the big question is like, where do I find the right people that I can help in my business?
Yeah. Okay. So, do you have already some people you think about, or
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
okay? So, how do you feel right now with these people when you think about them?
I feel hmm, I feel scared. I feel like um they they deserve more, and they don't like they don't see the possibility for themselves. And I feel pressure to get in front of them and to help them understand what is available for them and possible for them.
So, where is your body in your body? Where is this pressure right now? Where do you feel it? Can you
In
feel
my
it?
I would say my throat.
Okay.
Yeah. Throat and like some in shoulders.
Okay. Anywhere else?
I would say like in the pit of my stomach, like there's a bit of dread there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now I invite you to close your eyes
Okay.
and to connect with your breath. So the air coming in your nostrils. Can you feel the air in your nostrils?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine then where this air is going in your body. And imagine this air, your breath, that you are breathing into your heart space,
Hmm.
in your center of your rib cage, your heart center.
Mm.
And then from there, imagine um, one of these people working with you,
Mhm.
and imagine that he or she is working with you, has been working with you for several months now, and that everything is okay.
Mm.
And how do you feel now in your body with this, you know, people working for you?
So relaxed and relieved and love.
Okay. And so from that place, uh, remember what you have told to this person so that he or she felt comfortable working with you and you felt comfortable. Remember the conversation?
Mm.
Are you able to, can you imagine this conversation? Remember it?
Yes.
How do you feel into your body?
Grateful.
Ah, great. I love your smile. And so you have the smile and um, now keep your eyes closed and imagine, come back to today with those people you have to interview or select or talk to.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
what do you want to tell them?
Mm. Mm. Um, that the road is open and they are they're strong enough to make the decision and I'm here for them when they're ready.
And from where are those words coming?
My heart.
Yeah. So you can come back, open your
Mm.
eyes. So your heart speaking is your intuition, your soul. So and
Mm.
that's it. That's all I'm doing with my clients. You know, I open the space and you seem so peaceful.
It's like I'm back in my bed again. Like I feel the warm blanket over me.
Yeah, and now the challenge is to be able to tell them that. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that.
And so here is the difference between the sabotage, you know, the ego, the wrong ego sabotage people sitting here, or you know, your inner devil or whatever
Mhm.
creates contractions, tensions in the body. So it's like when you work out, you train, you lift weights, and after I don't know 10 or 15 or even 20 repetitions, you can feel it's almost hurting. So it's very contracted. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not very peaceful.
Mm.
And it's not agreeable to feel that. You know that you are working, but it's not probably the time that you have to stop to relax and start again. So when you feel
Mm.
the contraction into your body, because
Mm.
if you don't know, if you are not connected to your body, you have to learn how to feel. So,
Wow.
there is a lot of, in a previous life, I was a fitness trainer, a
Oh,
workout
okay.
trainer, a personal
Uh-huh.
trainer. And so I had a lot of life. But there is a lot of people that are not able, even if they keep lifting weight, they don't feel anything because they are thinking about something else. And,
Oh, wow.
they aren't present in their body.
Wow.
So, and they are not able to feel if the movement is right or wrong, if they are well positioned, and so on.
That is such an interesting example that if you can't even feel, if your mind is so loud that you can't even feel your own body when you're lifting weights, when your body is screaming at you, much less when you are doing anything else in life. I mean,
Yeah,
working, building your business, whatever else. Oh my gosh.
absolutely. So it means that at one point, to bring back you into your shoes,
Wow.
your soul, life, or God, or whatever, has to hook you up. And what is and burnout is one way to wake us up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot. So for those who are able to feel their body, it's easy because they feel the contraction. They are able to say, okay, it's on my shoulders, my throat, often in the throat or often in the belly,
Mhm.
or and then breathe into that space because focus your attention there, open
Mm,
the energy, and that imagine the positive results, and from there, from this aligned space, your intuition can open. When you are into ego, pressure, or whatever, it's not possible to listen, to
mm,
hear your intuition and listen to it
mm,
because your nervous system is freaking out and you are in neurocognitivism, we call it instinctive governance, which means that you are in fight or flight mode.
right. Interesting.
So
Yeah, I like
and
how you
and
see the difference between that instinct governance and then the inner governance. So, okay.
yeah, when and it's the main issue now that it's because people think that their instinct is the same as intuition because they hear the voice, but the voice they are hearing is actually you have to fight or flight because otherwise you are gonna die.
Yeah.
They are in survival mode, but and because there is so much pressure,
Yeah. Right. Right.
and it's different because instinct make you act under pressure to survive, and under pressure you act from anxiety, fear, or whatever, so it's not sustainable because
Yeah.
you are a firefighter all the time.
Mm. Yeah, like just chemically, like how can your body keep running from the tiger indefinitely? It can't,
It's not
right?
perfect. And the thing is that, let's be really honest, there is not a tiger attack today here where I am living. I'm not about to die.
Sure.
I'm not in a real danger. It's
Right.
just
But you just told,
something.
yeah, the mind has told itself
Yes,
over and over again. Right. Wow. Yeah, and it sounds like so yeah, it sounds like this is so critical and like you mentioned how like feeling is a skill, like you were saying, and how like there's this shift that's happening with the new earth, like you were saying, how people are waking up to this skill of learning how to feel so that they can listen more to the inner governance rather than the instinctual survival where we've just been living, yeah, trying to survive as a species. It's like the human species has evolved to this place where we can thrive more. And we have to like, it's almost like we have to practice
Yeah.
allowing that to happen. And you talk about all this in your new book. So you have a new book coming out in March in a few months called Being is the New Doing. And yes, you've spent the past year, 2 years writing this. First it came out in French, and now you're like, I want to take over the English market.
Yeah.
And you're spreading this message and waking us up. And it's also just like, just because you've heard it once doesn't mean that you've heard it ever. You need to hear it over and over again. So I love that you're like like pounding the pavement, so to speak. Like, get back to inner governance, get back to the heart, get back to the place within you that knows, the soul, like you were saying. And so tell us about how the book, so are there tools in the book that help us, you know, practice inner governance, or like how do we practice inner governance with the book?
Okay. So we are all different. So we all have a different way to listen to our inner governance and to get familiar with it and to open the space to listen to it. Because some people need week or several days to decide, and some can, decide in seconds. And so the book helps you, first of all, feel strong, who you are, why you are here, and so on. And then find the way, your own rhythm to work. And then from that place, you have the space to listen to your intuition because you know yourself. And it's not my method. It's not, my process. It's discovering who you are and how you are built
Wow.
to act and to feel and so on. So yes, it's 6 chapter. There are prompts in
Hmm.
it to help you discover your own way of working. It gives you insight. There are essential practice. I can't remember how many, but something like 6 or 7 per chapter.
Oh,
So there,
yeah.
it's a lot of, it's not a romance, so or a fiction book that you read from A to Z. It's more, okay, where do I start today? I open it, then I have some reflection, some practice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is it okay for me? Not okay for me? What is emerging? So it's a lot of inner reflection because yes, we had a lot to decondition now. So, and to get ready for this new world because AI is emerging everywhere. So to keep the balance with technology, we have really to raise our humanity and to get to know ourselves. And there is a lot of exercise as well to our new way to think how to act into your business, like an organic roadmap or stuff like that, because we know that today we cannot do action plans. Okay, it's okay in on 6 months or 3 months, but if you have a big action plan for the 5 next years, you will have to adjust it a lot. So we know we've been working together for 4 months or something like that,
Hmm.
and we had to adjust some mark. So
Totally.
yes, it's normal, it's human because today the life is not linear anymore. So
Hmm.
it's made of ways, of different paths, and so on.
Right. I like how you said that it's like with AI, which is not going away. It's so
No,
useful. We use it all the time. Yeah, it's just
but
so
of
great.
course.
It's like we've never before AI, it's like we never really had to really consider what really makes us so human and can only be done by humans and gives us our unreplicable mark in the world. And now that AI is here, it's like if it's almost like this skill of feeling, like you were saying, the skill of inner governance, the skill of the heart is now even more important than ever as AI comes in and it has its abilities and as people kind of like adjust to like you were saying this new earth there's this there's this shift in what would be required from us um and yeah so like it sounds like if I mean like I went to engineering school. I was raised by very mind oriented people and just through life and through personal burnouts realized that I like there was there like the mind is so loud. It's so loud and unless we learn how to listen to the body and like the previous generation would have been like, "What are you talking about? Listen to the body? That's so ridiculous." But with AI, with this technology is changing so fast that it's almost like if you don't hop on this skill train, it's like in corporate America, everyone talks about these skills to learn. It's like, this is a skill to learn.
I
Inner
mean,
governance.
of course, because have a look at the World Economic Forum. Each year they tell I can't remember the number, probably 10 skills that we have to develop for the future. And
Mm-hmm.
for now they are looking at 2030, and more than half of the skills are about human abilities, self-confidence, trust,
Mm.
intuition,
Wow.
and um, being able to have an overview and or landscape view, and the other one are about technology,
Wow.
ability to code, understand programmation, and so on. And it's all about technology, AI, and so on. So and have you noticed how the consciousness, openness, or raised in parallel, AI and technology raised as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's by chance.
Hmm. It's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah.
um I can't remember if I told you, but years ago, I was in a training to learn a technique which name is future life progression. So
Oh yeah.
it's hypnosis, and you go to the future and you project yourself. And during this training, I don't know which timeline it was, but there was a lot of a lot of AI and technology,
Huh.
and I saw process in the brain, processor in the brain, and where the people I saw, they were not human anymore. And I was really, really afraid. I really freaked out. And, the trainer,
Mm.
she told me, okay, I'm going to take you back. And okay, let's ground, and so on. And
Oh,
this
wow.
made me realize that it's all about, it was 7 years ago. So it's all about the ethical and, values around AI and so on. So governments are taking care of that. I hope the people that are building AI have the same ethics as us. But the thing is that at least we, you, I, and others can be conscious of how we use it
Hmm.
and why, and use our own ethics and values into it. And
Hmm.
to get to know how we want to use it and what we want to do with that, and if we want to, to manipulate people with AI, or to keep writing all the same sentences and structure and copywriting, and do I want that? Do I want to sound like
Yeah.
the other ones and lose
Yeah.
my own character into that? Okay, it's easy, but
Right. Right.
it
What's the
helps me
cost?
to have more time to myself, and I don't need an assistant anymore, almost, you know?
Hmm.
So is it really good?
Hmm.
All those repetitive tasks and so on that can be done by, your assistant, and then done by a machine or whatever. What are you gonna do with your assistant? How do you how do you help her to develop her skills to still be useful? Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's all great questions.
yeah, yes, and AI is less expensive than human. It's
Yeah.
never heal, doesn't complain,
No.
always right with you, So
She's
yeah,
so nice. Claude is so nice to you. Yeah.
yeah. So no, yeah, we are joking, and I was really afraid when I saw that 7 years
Mhm.
ago, but
Mm.
uh it's part of the possibility real. And what do we want? What do we want? How do we want to live? How do we want to work? What do I want how do I want my son to live, and my grandchildren as well? So
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's release the pressure. Let's breathe a little bit right now. Breathe in, out, and yeah, back to this pressure at the beginning of the year now. So it's yeah, let's ground ourselves and
Yeah.
focus on what the next small action that I can do from my heart.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, yeah, I love that invitation to anyone who's everyone live here and anyone watching later. There's a lot of commotion at the beginning of the solar calendar where everyone was like, gotta hit the ground running because if I don't do it now, I'm gonna fall behind. But I love this invitation, Valerie, of getting back to the heart. And the only thing that really matters, especially in the age of AI, which is your soul, the thing that can't ever be replaced. So Valerie, you have this amazing book coming out in March. So it hasn't come out yet. And it talks about, yeah, it helps you build this skill, this that the World Economic Forum is saying is going to be an essential skill in the next 10 years is
Yeah,
self-trust and intuition. And if you've never done that before, I love that your book opens that portal for people to learn. It's the self-trust gym, the intuition gym. Um,
absolutely. No, and of course it is about that, because intuition is a muscle as well. So
mhm.
yes, keep track. If you try right now, all the people that are listening, um, if you try start to listen or try to get to know your intuition right now, keep track of everything, because for sure your brain and your ego don't want to lose their power. So they are coming, they will come back to tell you, don't listen to it, that's bullshit, whatever. go back to the pressure, to performance, and so on.
Right.
So yeah, keep track of it, and each time the wrong thoughts come back, have a look at your tracks and your logs, and so you can have faith again.
Love that. So, Valerie, you have a special offer
Yeah.
for all of our listeners here, current and in the future. Yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah, yeah. So you who are listening, I'm happy to offer you an early reader copy of the book. Because especially because at the beginning of the year, right now, this book will really help you to think in another way and to be in another way, to act differently, because we have to start to build that now, because at some point I'm sure it will be too late to evolve. Of course, it's
Mm.
part of life, but yeah, now if you really want our our business and our life to leave the pressure and thrive in another way, from confidence and peace and serenity and so on. um, it's a nice way to do it at the beginning of the year. So I offer you this early reader copy before the launch, and so you can go to beingistheNewDoing.com and ask for your copy, and I'll be so happy to send it to you and to get to know you. So here it is.
Beautiful. And this is a free copy before it
Of
goes
course.
live to the
Yes,
public.
yes.
Got it. Perfect. So generous, Valerie. Thank you so much for your energy and for your experience, because we are learning from your experience and that you have developed these ways of helping the world now tap into our intuition and live life more in freedom, truly. So beautiful. So we will link the link to grab a free early copy of Valerie's book down in the show notes when this goes out, and you can grab a free copy there. And Valerie will send it over to you. So thank you so much, Valerie. This has been a beautiful conversation. Are
Thanks
there
to
any other
you,
questions?
Renee. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Do we have? Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh my God. We forgot the questions. I was so into Happy New Year.
Uh,
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Stella, yes, Happy New Year. Wishing you, yeah, sending you beautiful, joyous energy. And if anyone has any questions later, feel free to put them in the comments of the Substack Live of the recording later, and we will get to them. Thank you so much, everyone,
Thank
and
you.
have a
Bye,
great
Renee.
rest
See
of
you
your
soon.
day.
Bye bye.
Bye.